This is the Go Diaper Free Podcast with Andrea Olson, Session 7. Let's get semantical.
Welcome to the Go Diaper Free Podcast, where we're all about teaching you how to stop changing diapers, starting at birth. And now your host, she's finally getting the hang of organic gardening, Andrea Olson.
Yes, it has taken me forever to get used to it, but I'm finally growing stuff this year. I'm very excited. In fact, if anyone needs some squash, please come take it off my hands. So everybody, welcome. This is episode 7, and I'm very, very excited to present this very informative episode so we can all get speaking the same language. As with many unique things, EC has its own native vocabulary, if you will. In this session, I'm going to cover 15 of the most common EC terms and then move into something you'll not want to miss, a little P language my friends in Hawaii have coined, so stick around for that at the end of this episode. So first up, here are 15 need-to-know EC terms defined, so we're all speaking the same language here. The first one is miss. So in conventional Western potty training, if a baby doesn't go in the potty, it's called an accident. In EC vocabulary, this changes to a miss. So basically, you both have missed the opportunity to potty. It's not a mistake. Nothing bad has happened as an accident infers. You just missed the communication coming to you, or missed the timing or the signal, or didn't respond quickly enough, or your baby missed the opportunity to ask to go. Here's some examples. We've had several misses this morning because he's peeing every 10 minutes. Or, while I write this book, I ironically have more misses than when I'm not writing about EC. So what to do? If you have a miss, ask yourself what you've learned from this particular experience. Forgive yourself if you're the kind of person who's hard on yourself like I am, and just move on with a smile. Misses give you great information. The next term is catch. If you catch a pee or poo, that means that you successfully helped your baby go to the bathroom. As a team, you have caught the pee or poo. For example, we caught a big poo first thing this morning. Now, this doesn't imply that EC is just about catching. It's just a term that folks have adopted to explain the opposite of a miss. The next term is misguess. A misguess happens when you believe your baby has to pee, you take her to the potty, position and cue, and then she tells you that, oh no, I don't have to go this time. An example is, I thought she had to go, but I must have misguessed again. So misguesses are actually very valuable in that they hone your awareness of the baby's actual signals and timing, and they can clue you into when her patterns are changing, which seems to be quite often. As with a miss, ask yourself what you've learned from the situation, shake it off, and move forward with some new information. And remember that you didn't do anything wrong by offering the potty to a baby who didn't need to go. You are doing your very best, and both of you are learning. The next term is a pre-pee. So sometimes your baby does this funny little thing, even when they're toddlers, they still do it. They might let out a little pee while they're trying to hold it, either while you're trying to get her to the potty place or just while she's playing. This is called a pre-pee. If you find her diaper or underwear to be wet when you're en route to the potty place, because you should check while you're going, while you're walking there, she may still have to go. Offer her the potty despite the wetness, as this may have just been a pre-pee. There might be more after that. Next is a peenie-weenie. Some people call the erection that a boy gets when he's about to go a peenie-weenie. Whatever you call it, it's true that most boys get a little hard on right before peeing. Observe a newborn boy and see that it's a fact, but prepare yourself for a spray if this should happen. And P.S., some boys also tug on their peenie-weenie prior to peeing. That can be a signal. The next term is pottytunity. Throughout your day, you will offer your baby many opportunities to potty, otherwise known as pottytunities. Pottytunities can be given based on your baby's signals, generic or common timing, your baby's natural timing, and or your intuition. They can include upon waking, before a bath, 10 minutes after breastfeeding, and then 20 minutes after that, if that's your baby's time to go. When your baby squirms in bed, if that's your baby's signal. When your baby suddenly becomes fussy, which is a very common signal. And when you have the thought that he may need to pee, which is your intuition. Next, we'll define signal. A signal is your baby's movement, body language, or a certain noise or word that indicates that she needs to go potty. Cue. A cue is the noise you choose to make that tells your baby he can release his bladder and/or bowels. You establish your particular cue during the early days of observation when you cue along with every pee or poo as it happens. That's called sound association. Your cue can sound like psst for peeing, for pooping, clicking, the word potty, or pee-pee. You can really come up with a variety of cues. The next term is prompt word or phrase. A prompt word or phrase eventually replaces the cue noise. So it's what you say when it's time to go potty that you would like for your child to eventually say back to you when she realizes that she needs to go. So it's kind of a modeling thing. Examples include potty, pee-pee, time to pee, or I need to go pee-pee, mama or daddy. When the cue noise seems age inappropriate, so saying pizz all the time doesn't seem like it's good for your young toddler, or it becomes even bothersome to either you or your baby, or your baby's starting to be verbal and has the capability to say a prompt word, it's time to switch from cue noises to prompt words or phrases. The next thing we'll define is generic timing. This refers to common times that most babies need to pee or poo. Examples include at a diaper change, upon waking, and when taken out of the car seat. The next term is natural timing. In addition to the more generic times that most babies need to go, your baby's pottying also follows a specific, more personal pattern that's totally personal to your baby. Examples of natural timing are that your baby might need to poo every morning at 6 a.m., or that she pees 10 minutes after every feeding. Intuition. Intuition can take the form of a thought, emotion, physical sensation, a hunch, or maybe a mental picture that is telling you that your baby needs to potty. Intuition can also take the form of a counterintuitive thought that says, oh, he can't possibly need to go again. It's very likely that that intuition is actually telling you that it is time again. Potty pause. A potty pause happens when your baby refuses to potty, and or you might experience several misses for an expanded period of time, such as 3 days of misses in a row. This happens in the midst of a fairly regular, predictable pottying routine. Visit us at godiaperfree.com for more information on potty pauses. They are not fun. They are more common than I'd like them to be, and 95% of them are caused by over-offering the potty or hyper-focusing on EC, which are two very common mistakes that you can actually prevent from happening. Graduation. Some ECers have lessened their use of this term because communication is the goal of EC, not completion, but you still may hear the term. Graduation means that your baby has completed EC and now is 100% potty independent. But the exact definition for graduation can range from always tells me she needs to pee and rarely has a miss, to can take himself to the potty, pull down his pants, and wipe himself when he's finished. It's quite a broad range. So you can guess that graduation can be a misleading, convoluted concept. I'll leave out all the phases and stages of gradhood that I used to toss around. Although the terms may help you gather an identity within this process, they sometimes make you feel defeated, like you're never going to be done, instead of appreciating exactly where you are. So my take on it is this. Even with conventional toilet training, accidents do happen after the child is pretty much done. These usually occur during growth spurts, teething, illness, or major family or developmental transitions, like you're moving or somebody loses a job. These accidents are a form of communication about the overall wellness of a child, believe it or not. Their mood determines, or actually is reflected in their pottying. But so you will know when you're graduated, when you won't have thought about pottying for 4 hours straight, and then your child will ask to go, or you'll prompt him when you see his pee-pee dance and it's been like 3 or 4 hours later. That's when you know you're done. You will still be needed for the occasional prompt and to wipe and maybe to assist with pants, but otherwise it'll be pretty clear when all of this clicks and the hard work is mostly done. If you, like many ECing parents, need help wrapping up the EC process at 14 to 18 months, please join our community for more guidance. You can also go straight to my mama friend Jamie's book if you're at 18 months or over right now and you're wanting to graduate. There's no shame in wanting to be done with the process, and it's actually good for your toddler to have completion. So see the show notes for the link if you won't be able to remember it by the end of this show, or visit godiaperfree.com/potty training to grab a copy of her book on my site and get it done. The next term I want to define is late starter. Late starter is what it's called when you begin EC with a baby who is 5 to 12 months old. It is referred to as late because the process begins after the first, supposedly most opportune window of EC has closed, which is 0 to 4 months. But you know what? I don't like to call it this anymore because it makes everyone feel like a loser. You're not late. You're here now. Whatever. Some cultures don't even start EC until 6 months old, so you're not late at all. However, if you are starting EC at this age, which most of you are, actually, please visit us at Go Diaper Free for tips on how to begin, because it is a little bit different with a mobile baby. And the next term I would like to define, which actually is our number 15, the last term, early start potty training. So some people like to call beginning potty learning after the age of 12 months not EC anymore. So don't call it EC anymore. You're going to call it early start potty training. The child is so developmentally different from a 5 to 12 month old, so the process of potty learning after 12 months is equally different, and I totally agree with this. Therefore, at 12 plus months, it's not called late starter EC anymore. It's actually called early start potty training because you're starting conventional potty training early. But again, I don't want you to feel like you've missed something or this is confusing you. Just feel free to call it whatever you like, because I do. I call all of this 5 months to 18 months starting EC older. That's just how I like to look at it. But basically, the time range I'm defining here includes after your baby's 12 months old, but before the usual start of conventional potty training, which, as it's based on the child's individual readiness, really varies greatly. Therefore, I've left the age range for early start potty training open-ended as 12 plus months. Okay. In any case, the philosophy, principles, and processes of EC shared in this book are applicable to children beyond 12 months old and up to 18 months old. You just may need to modify some obvious details. Just know that non-coercive, gentle listening and responding can be practiced with every child at all ages. Again, for more information, visit our community and we can help you out. And this is all called starting EC older, 5 months to 18 months in our community. Okay, now for something a little more fun, what 2 of my readers from Hawaii have coined EC-bonics. So Tanya and Coach Selby and their lovely daughter Kuan Yin have developed a very fun way to talk about things regarding their EC practice. Coach Selby is a stretching expert who runs a website called stretchexpert.info. He is a really cool guy. You should definitely check him out. He's really all about staying in shape, and they are doing EC with their little girl. They keep their minds in shape by making EC with Kuan Yin very, very fun. They are a diverse family who have coined the term EC-bonics and have been creating a P vocabulary list of their own to use in their own household. Let's look at what they've come up with. It's pretty fun. P-mystic, as in the phrase, P-mystic with life in the EC world. P-dar, keeping the P radar on and not have a P-nesia moment. Totally forgetting about P and then moving into poo-noia and P-noia. Wow. P-tainty. Quan, are you sure you don't need to go? P-laxing, as in these sentences. We are P-laxing. That's why I can write you right now. We are P-laxing only for a little while, because we are recovering from P-dundency, from offering too many potties. P-flecting. P-flection is important to help us catch more P's and get peed on less. And when we get goofy smiles in the mirror as she tinkles, we call that positive feedback. And lastly, P-zaster. When you realize you're missing a pee after a 4 a.m. feeding and jump to grab the potty, which you forgot to empty at 2 a.m. and it spills all over you. Baby kindly stopped peeing when you jumped up, thinking that you were getting her to the potty, but resumed peeing on you as the potty and cold pee tumbled to the floor. P-zaster. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I bet doing EC in your family is way fun. With my daughter, who will be born in October, I'm going to shoot for having this type of experience for sure, especially since it'll be my second time around. And I'll probably use some of these terms in future videos that I post in the Go Diaper Free community area. There will be more fun to have. So that's it for this episode. You can find the show notes and transcript at godiaperfree.com/session7. Please subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, and if you can squeeze it in, leave me a review. It will help me improve the show and will help others find out about EC for themselves, which is a good thing. Next time, we are going to look at part 1 of 4 of a series that covers how to know when your baby needs to pee. I think we're ready to dive right into that, so I hope to see you there. Till then, I hope you're having a pee-tastic time with EC.
Thanks for listening to the Go Diaper Free Podcast at godiaperfree.com.